was it like to be a visitor at the 1893 World's Fair?
Welcome to Chicago, the gem of the prairie. It was but 102 years ago that the fiend fire laid waste to this great metropolis. And yet, like the mythical phoenix, it rose up from the embers to become the second largest city in the country. Here we are now, in the year of our Lord 1893, to commemorate the 400th anniversary of Columbus's arrival in the New World. And what better place to celebrate than in Chicago, the city of the future.
Even in spring and summer, we cook with wood and charcoal, and we heat our water with wood and charcoal, so the city's very smoky. There aren't a lot of tall buildings yet, although we're starting to head up into the sky.
You can, for example, take a boat, which leaves each hour from Van Buren Street and the lake, or you can take a streetcar line down, or you can take the amazing and wonderful elevated rail. And once you arrive down here at Jackson Park, there's another electric railway that'll take you into the park grounds proper. Should you tire while traveling over the 633 acres of Jackson Park, do not fret, for we have many young men with rolling chairs who, for a reasonable rate of 10 cents an hour, will push you across the fairground, making sure that you do not become weary in foot or leg.
You have to pay your way in. It costs about the equivalent of what you'll pay in 120 years for a 3D movie. And then you're going to see the opulent architecture that Daniel Burnham has created, along with all of his collaborators from all over the world, although mostly from New York.
You are going to get a jolt out of the World's Columbian Exposition. Haha, but not quite literally. No, we have the safest and latest in electrical developments.
One of the reasons why the White City can be the White City is that its buildings aren't illuminated with gas, and their buildings aren't heated with coal. So we don't have all this stuff burning and bringing soot down on the buildings. You can keep this pristine, beautiful white city going with electricity.
Dear traveler, as you're walking through the fairgrounds and visiting the various grand halls, you may find yourself parched. You may find yourself in need of refreshment. Fortunately, there are many opportunities here to both slake one's thirst and fill one's stomach. You can try something called chewing gum. Yes, chewing gum keeps the gums chewy and clean, and the teeth. And our own Wrigley company, based here in Chicago, is unveiling its newest brand. In fact, they have a new brand called Juicy Fruit. The taste is going to move you.
There are all sorts of contests for like what the greatest beer is going to be. And legend has it that Pabst won the Blue Ribbon. It's probably a little more complicated than that. But it's become an advertising standard that it is the beer from the World's Fair.
50 cents will get you a ride on Mr. Ferris's wheel. One rotation takes 20 minutes. You get 2 rotations for the cost of admission.
Basically, it's a series of train cars mounted on 2 giant wheels that will spin. And so you get on the train car when it's on the ground, and then as it circles up and other train cars are loaded, you gradually go up to whatever its vast height is, and then back down. So you have this changing panorama as it goes in a great big circle. Nothing like it's ever been done before. It's our answer to the Eiffel Tower.
Should you wish something a bit more terrestrially based, visit one of the many villages that have come from all across the globe and congregated on the Midway Plaisance. More locally, you can go and see the actual cabin in which the great Sioux chief Sitting Bull was murdered. And, as we are speaking of the West, should you decide that you are tired of the fair, you can always head just a bit south and a little bit east to where William Cody has his Wild West show. William Cody, of course, is the famed frontiersman and scout, and he has brought all of the wonders of the American West and all of its thrills and all of its dangers right here to the city. It's not only places and spaces that one needs to be wary of, for the city has many snares.
You will probably feel a little more at home at the fair, because the fair is the ideal version of a city. There are real predators in any big city. They take advantage of something that is built into every city, which is anonymity. Anonymity is the dark side of freedom. You come to Chicago to get away from small town America, from a place where everybody knows you and you can't be who you want to be or do what you want to do. But when you come to Chicago, you might know no one. and no one will know you. And so you might not be missed if you go missing.